Hello everybody, Overquake here, playing Farming Simulator 2013. This is episode 7 of my Westbridge Hills series. We have taken a little bit of time off from videos. I apologize for missing probably about a week there. It's been the Halloween season, lots of parties and events and costumes and just keeping busy with the season. Everything seemed to calm down, and I thought I'd do a little more work building our farming empire here. Where we left off. Last episode, we were able to pick up a windrower and this new tipper. And where we left off, the next objective was to go ahead and finish this harvest. So that's what I'm working on right now, is completing this harvest, getting this last of this field all gone, and then we're going to take this straw and bring it down to the cows. I think what I'm going to do here, rather than in just a moment here, I'm going to go ahead and take a pause in the video and complete this harvest, just following this harvester around, picking up the last of this barley. Hope everybody's been well. Hope everybody had a great Halloween. I know I sure did. I've got my last Halloween event tonight, a little bit of pumpkin carving. And that should wrap up this holiday. Looking forward to the next one. I'm not sure what I'm doing for Thanksgiving, but looking forward to this upcoming season. Been busy with work. The last week of the month is always the busiest for me, as I complete all my monthly goals. And so I was going through that while my wife and I were doing all the Halloween events this week as well. So again, I apologize for the lack of videos, but we're back on a normal schedule now. I was able to play a little bit of Farming Simulator this week. I played on my Just for Fun map, which is in Hagenstead. I was trying out a couple of theories with this game. I was working with the theory that I kind of wanted to test about passive income, which is something I've talked about before on this series. I did, in my other world, I was experimenting with the idea of running a bunch of passive incomes, a bunch of whatever the beekeeper structures are, the solar power generator, and some of those, along with some wool production. And I was able to experiment with that and see how that would run. I do like how you can generate income per hour without having to do this and follow along a harvester. And I think there's a place for it, and I think it was a good experiment. I'm not sure how interesting it is to watch, though. That's the only part I'm concerned about with this YouTube series, is, yeah, you can save up some money and place down a solar energy collector, sure. And then it's going to make you some money for the rest of the time while it just sits there, sure. But it's not really entertaining. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing any of that on this series. I might, just as a kind of an aside, just a little, here's one structure here, here's something there. It will help me with money, and it might get me away from having to do missions. I think that was one of the first things I noticed on my other world, which happens to be in Hagenstead, that map. But the thing I noticed about it was it wasn't necessary for me to do missions anymore. Once I had some bees, once I had some solar energy collectors, I haven't gotten to the point where I can put down the wind turbine. That seems to be the ultimate goal. That's something I'm looking at, but being over 1 million for that structure, that is an end game structure for me, it seems like. The next thing we're looking at here, I'm not sure how to get it done, but my next goal is definitely to upgrade this harvester. We need 230 something $1,000, so I'm gonna have to save up for that. The game, this map, we started with a debt of 100,000. Haven't paid that off yet, and that leaves us a credit line of another 100,000. Even if we tapped into that credit line, we'd need an extra 130,000 to be able to upgrade our harvester. That's something we definitely need to do. I'm not sure the best way to go ahead and do that. Don't know if we can just do that just doing harvest, or possibly once we start into cow production, maybe that'll help out a little bit. Maybe some combination of harvest like this, getting some cow production up and running, and possibly a few of those small structures like the bees that make you a few dollars per hour, something like that. I'm trying to figure out exactly how we want to go about doing that, but we definitely need that new harvester. With this map, all the fields are so large that we are gonna definitely need a larger harvester to be able to expand any further. The idea of doing 3 or 4 fields this size with this harvester just makes me not want to do that at all. So I'm taking a look at all of that, trying to figure out how to make that money the best way possible. And my current strategy is to just do a combination of things, to be working on as many sources of income in this game as we possibly can. So we'll take a look at that. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and pause the video here. What I'm going to do is just complete this harvest and go ahead, follow this harvester up and down these rows. When I come back, we'll have all of this harvested, and then we will be working on gathering the last bit of straw, taking that down to the cow pasture, and working on getting our silage started, some grass and some silage started, so that we can get some food for these cows, which we don't have yet. I think we only have one. And basically starting more seriously into milk production. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a little pause here while I go ahead and wrap up these last 8 or 10 rows, whatever this ends up being, and we will do something more fun when I come back. Thank you. Be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I have completed the harvest here, and we have finished that up. The harvest got us 1 full tipper full, 24,200, and then also just a little bit extra. We have got another 7,000 in the tipper right now. Barley. Let's turn this into money. 639 flour mill. Don't really have the ability at this point to wait for a great demand. Something I've been thinking about is I'd like to get to the point where we can just stockpile our grain and wait for a great demand and get 1.5 or 2 times the price for it. Absolutely, would love to do that. And I think I am going to do that once our farm is bigger, our production can handle that, and we don't need the cash flow quite so desperately when we can wait for the best possible prices. That is a great plan, but right now, our equipment is so inferior, we need the money just as soon as we earn it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take this down to market and sell it. I'm gonna take this down to the flour mill and I'll be right back. Okay, now we've got all of our barley sold. Our silos are empty, completely empty now. Have completed 2 mowing missions, one during the harvest while I was off screen, and then a second one there while I was transporting the barley to market. Our current money right now, 57,210. Looking much better now. This tractor is really low on fuel. We're going to stop by here, refuel our gas tank. Next step is to prepare this field to be sown again, and then we should be free to gather up that straw. So I think I can do both of these things at the same time. Our current sowing machine, our current seeding machine is not also a cultivator. So I'm going to grab our cultivator here. Don't really need the tipper for a second. Drop that down. During the last episode, we went and gathered much of the straw on this side of the field. So I can go ahead and start cultivating here. I don't think I should be in my own way. Let's see here. Get this lined up, start the cultivating process, hire a worker, and get that going. Good. Now, while that's going, I'm gonna grab the front loader, 78% full of straw. What we're gonna do, go grab the windrower and set these up so that we can do this as efficiently as possible. Here's our windrower, right where we parked it last episode. Line this up here, attach it. Okay, good. Unfold it. Start to get lined up for our next row, which is way back here. Safety first. Turn this on. Okay, this didn't take too long. Go ahead and turn all these into single windrows. Gather up this straw. I'm sure there's going to be excess straw, but we're going to sell that and turn that into some money, so that'll be fine. I'm really looking forward to getting some cow production going. I think that's one of the most rewarding things in this game, is to get cows at 100% productivity and to be making use of milk. I like that it's a semi-automated process. It fits really well into the harvesting because it gives you something to do in between harvests to gather up the feed you need for the cows. And at the end of the harvest, you can make sure they've got plenty of straw. You could just, while you're actually doing other work, just go ahead and let the cows make you some milk, and the milk truck just comes and picks that up for you. It's great. Am I on the right speed? Yeah, I'm on the right speed. Speed 2. Pretty excited on how well that harvest went. We were able to pick up the foraging wagon, the windrower, and the upgraded tipper. That was a pretty successful harvest. Still looking forward to upgrading the harvester, of course. I know I talk about that all the time, but it's really our weak link right now is that harvester. Really excited to be on the day we can get that upgraded. Hopefully this cow production can help with that goal. The harvest went well because even after upgrading all that equipment, we've still got 57,000. I realize a good chunk of that is from mowing missions, and I'd like to get away from mowing missions when we can, but we're just not ready for that. Right now we still need those mowing missions to bring in that additional income that we need to upgrade our equipment. The farm is profitable, but I'm too impatient to let this slow accumulation of money keep us from upgrading our equipment the way we wanted to. So we're still supplementing our income with those mowing missions, which is just fine for me right now. Having already done 2 mowing missions this episode, I went ahead and shut off the missions for the rest of this episode. I think I've done enough pausing to run some grain to the market, or pausing to do a mowing mission this episode. So I've shut them off for the rest of this episode. I'm thinking about off screen after this episode is completed, go ahead and doing some more missions and saving up that extra money we need to finish off the last money we need to upgrade our harvester, just because I'm tired of complaining about it, and I'd rather not do another harvest on this field with that far harvester. It's served us just fine, but the time has come. I don't want to do another harvest with it. So I'll probably do some mowing missions off screen after this episode's done and save up enough money to get our case harvester that we want. Okay, this is the last pass for the windrows. Got that completed. Pick it up with the foraging wagon. Shut that off. Fold it back up. Taking it over here out of the way. Should be a good spot. Let it sit there. Let's go grab that foraging wagon. Pick up what straw we can. There's not a lot of room left in this wagon. Let's get what we can and take it down to the cows. We'll take any excess this field gives us. We'll just sell it. 78% full. And we're picking up straw. This thing's got a nice capacity though, and this is the, I think this is the just basic foraging wagon. I don't really see much need to upgrade this. This wagon should treat us well for quite some time. $27.98. It's full. Okay. Alright, speed 3. Let's take this down to the cows. The cows are right over there. It's nice and close to this field. I do like this map, how everything's set up. On my other map, I've been playing on Hoggenstead, and it's just... everything seems to be farther away, more complicated. Everything is around a corner, 3 roads down, take 2 lefts. This is just, everything is nice and close by on this map. I like that. Hear the cow mooing, our one cow. Back this up and unload. How much will you take? Probably not much. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we knew that would happen. It wouldn't take very much. So let's take a look at our cow statistics now. We have 1 cow running at 5% productivity. That's the base productivity with no food or anything. We're now giving them straw. That will bring up the productivity in a little bit. But it's still nowhere close to 100. Okay. We need to get some grass into that cow's belly. Let's find where we left off here. There we go. Can you see it? Oh, I'm going too fast. I forgot I was still in speed 3. It's not going to pick up straw going that fast. Go back down to 2. There it goes. And we're just going to sell all this extra straw that we've got. When we have more cows, I think we can put more straw in the feeding pen for the cows, but since we only have 1 cow, it only lets us hold so much. And every single harvest we have another opportunity to get more straw, so I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to get a start. Just a little bit in there to get started. And the wagon's full again. Okay. Now I gotta find where there's a building here that we can sell this at. Let's see where it is. Some storage, barn. That guy. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay, so the straw coming out the door is your clue there. You're in the right place. Oh, tight squeeze, man. Nice, got it. Unload. We went from 56,000 to... well, over 4,000 just for that extra straw that we had just laying around. Okay. That's not so bad. Pretty happy with that. 4,000 for extra straw. It's still more efficient to use it on the cows that turn it to milk, it seems like. But I do like that there is a... way to unload excess straw. And you get a little bit of money in the process. So we're going to do the same thing for these last couple of rows of straw. We're just going to gather it up into the foraging wagon and sell it right there. It doesn't seem right to just cultivate it and throw it away if there's... we can turn it into a couple $1,000s. It's going to be much, much better. Only 3 more rows left. I think it'll all fit in here, I'm hoping. Yeah, it will fit. It will fit. The cow productivity just went up to 10% now after adding the straw. So we have just doubled our milk output. Definitely need to get more cows. But gonna need some better feed. There's no point right now in getting more cows while we're only running 10%. Having one cow in there is nice because we can see our productivity levels go up as we... It was nice to be able to see the straw's impact. Next we'll probably just feed the cows some grass, and then on top of that we'll add silage. That'll be good. It's looking like next episode's going to be all about cows. We need to get some mowing done. Get them some proper food. Finishing up the last of this straw. Let's take this down and sell it. That's it. Shut that off. Cultivator's doing its thing. That's good. 60% full. So we had plenty of straw just from that one field. I don't see that we'll never have a shortage of straw, it looks like. Probably made enough straw for 100 cows and we only have one. Let's pack this guy back in there. See if I can... Oh, that was pretty good. Pretty good. Right there. Okay, watch the money roll in. Good. Another 2,000. That gets us just a little bit closer to that harvester we need. Very good. are the sheep doing? 11% full on our wool. That's good. I don't know that I'm ready to really see this yet. Keep up cultivating. Harvester, you're going to need to move out of the way. Let's park you down here by the big red barn. Safety first. Last thing I really wanted to do this episode was to get some grass given to the cows. So let's work that out now. We need to go ahead and take this whole setup down by the cow pen where we already have our mower already down there. Take this down the road. This would be nice. Get some grass. It's a good start to our milk production. So I think I'm going to go in order of complexity. First I'm going to just get the cows some grass. Then we'll take that grass and turn it into silage. Once they've already gotten some... What I mean is, once they've already got some grass to eat, then we can add some silage being prepared. And then after that is all done, then we can start to think about total mixed rations, but that's a lot more complicated. Okay. Foraging wagon is down here. That. This is the part I mentioned last episode that I have messed up on because my pallet forks are still here, which was a mistake. I need to try and remember to leave the pallet forks down by the sheep. Excellent. Okay, now, oops. Close. Alright, now, I would love to have a whole field that is just full of grass for me. But I don't have that yet, and so my theory is I'm going to just use these little spaces here in between the fields and just mow this. I also need to get the windrower to gather up this grass. Seems to be a lot of mowing in this game. Yes. I love this mowing setup with these guys. I never lowered that. Oops. Don't know how much grass I will need. So let's just do do a bunch. I really like the look of that. There's a small field just on the other side of the cows that you can't quite see from here, but it's just on the other side of this. And over there, it's a small field, but it looks just perfect for growing some grass for the cows. I really like to get that set up. We'll see. I don't know, I'm not really worried about it right now because there's so much grass right here. I mean, look at this buffer between the field and the road. And there's not even trees over here. Okay, this is a gigantic field. Oh my goodness. Is that all one field? Wow. That's pretty massive. I can't imagine that full of corn. Well, this will give us lots of grass down here. Wow. I'll go ahead and go to the end here and turn around. See if this gives us enough grass to get started with. With all of this unmowed grass here, I don't know. I don't know that we really have to worry that much about getting a field. That's neat, those little oil pumps there. Go back the other way. We'll stop mowing at that point and see how much we get. We'll just trial and error this to see how much area we need to mow. This field is so long that I'm not sure we'll need much more than this. We'll find out after one try here. Pull the windrower out, make this into some nice rows for the foraging wagon to pick up. Should make our cows happier. Our cow, I should say. Singular. One cow that we have. I don't even remember the cow's name. I feel like it was a boy's name, like Michael or something. I can't remember. Maybe I need to write that down. Okay, we'll stop there. Up. Go put our mowers back. Let's try this. One lonely cow over there. I dropped the wrong one. Switch to the back one. Drop it. There, I got the buttons right. Got caught on the fork. Can't drive today. Okay, here we go. Good, mowing done. Next we need the windrower. It's just down the street, not very far away. Good. Cultivating still going on. That makes sense, that's a big field. It's gonna take a while. But this is good because now that we're starting to work on cows, we have that'll give them something to do while we're over here messing around with grass. Pick it up and spin it around. I think I'm just gonna go back to where we started mowing and follow the same path we were mowing along. This corner here by the biogas. That's something I've never messed around with on this game, is the biogas plant, which is basically just making silage the same way you make it for cows, except you just then scoop it into the biogas plant and sell it. I've heard it's profitable, but I never tried it myself. Could be something fun to try in this series on this map. Alright, now we've got a single row of grass. It's going to be much easier to pick up with the foraging wagon. Let's do this. I'm just going to follow the same path we took with the mower, so up this way and back down and along the side of that field. Have an excess of, this should give us an excess of grass, but we need that because we're really doing two different things with our grass. The first load of grass is just going to go straight into the cow feed. The second load, we're going to put that up into the little silage trough, cover it, turn it into better food for the cow. There we go. I wonder if this will reach all the way across. No, it won't. So I really need to do like I did when mowing it, which is go down one side, turn around, and come back down the other side. That's fine. We can do that. Check my time here. We've been recording a while, but I do want to get this last grass thing going. A little over an hour I have an appointment. I need to get ready for that, but let's see if we can finish up this last project here. Yeah, I'd really like to have that silage fermenting as soon as we can. love this little spot here to mow. Now I'm rethinking my whole plan. My plan was to pick up one of these small fields over here and just turn it into grass. But when I found this spot, why pay for it if there's just grass sitting here? Ruining my whole strategy. This corner. That's neat. I don't think I'd ever been down here. The old little oil field and the windmill down there. It's pretty neat. I like that. This grass is so hard to see on this map once you mow it. It just sort of blends in with the ground. I do not like that. It's probably my only dislike about this particular map. This grass color. It almost just doesn't make sense, because the grass looks dead. Brown grass, I don't understand. But the cows will eat it. I guess they don't care what color the grass is, really. Two rows to pick up. It's kind of hard to judge in this game on how much grass did we just make? I don't know. Hard to kind of figure that out. Like, did we just make one trailer full? Is this enough to fill up the silage area? I don't know. We hit a sign. That's great. Okay. Done with the windrower. Now let's go over this way. Okay, last step of mowing. We just need to pick it up now. Our simple 3-step process. Complete. Drop off the windrower, grab the foraging wagon. Started and follow that loop one last time. Just making the same big circle 3 times. Come in here where we started. Turn on the foraging wagon and find our windrow. It's right there. Now, when we load this up into the foraging wagon, I'm noticing the grass isn't brown anymore. Kind of interesting. So the grass is brown when it's growing. When you cut it and mow it, it is brown. And when you take the windrower over it, it is brown. So then logically, When you pick it up in the forging wagon, it is green. That makes complete sense. I understand. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And that's definitely green grass in there in that trailer. Very, very strange. Only 20% full. Not sure if we will fill this up. We'll see. Oh, this is where I messed up. Let me just go on twice. One to catch that little strip that we missed. And one's on the main path. There we go. It's kind of hard to follow with the coloring. It is. You can sort of see it, where the grass windrow is, sort of. I would like it if there wasn't that similarity in the color. It would be easier for me. Okay, well, almost halfway full now. So now I am feeling more confident. Maybe this is enough for us. This is good. Because any extra we have is going to be a very good thing. We'll give the cows what they'll take, and then on top of that, we can start making silage with it. I don't know how much they'll actually be able to take since there's only one cow in there. Probably not very much. So I'm trying to decide at what point do we pick up additional cows. Now that our production is much better for the cows. We've got them something to eat, some straw, some grass. Probably about time to start buying additional cows. Okay, last line of grass to pick up. 76% full on this wagon. We might even have a little... I don't know if I'll be able to hold all this. At first I was concerned we didn't have enough, now I'm starting to think the opposite. We'll see. Kind of just did a random shape that sort of began and ended next to the cow pen. I really didn't have any idea on how much grass we would be producing. I just sort of took a shot, took a guess. I'll have to see. Yeah, it was just an estimate on how much grass I thought we might need, and I don't know, I'm pretty happy that it looks like we're going to fill this up. That's really good news. I'd rather have enough than have to go and do all of that one more time. It's not the most exciting part of the game, But here's the thing about these cows. Because they are sort of a semi-passive income generator, the good part about them is that once we have our food, you can kind of get them set up and then leave them alone for a few days. Oh, that was just about perfect. 97% full. That's pretty good. Pretty excited about that. Over here on this side, we can put some grass into this trough. And we'll give them what they'll take. They won't take very much of this. If I had to guess, let's see here. We're 97% full. Back this up and dump off a little bit. And we still have 57% full, even after 6 days worth of grass being in there. So over here, 25,000. I don't know if that's enough to cover it or not. There's that out here. Trying to spread it out a little bit. Nope, that's only 8% full. So we actually need a little bit more to be able to cover that up and start making silage. Okay, so I'm probably going to do that off screen. I've got 2 projects to do off screen in between, because I think I'm just about done with this episode here. I'm going to do 2 things off screen before you see me next. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do some mowing missions, save up, get myself an upgraded harvester in that case. Second thing I'd like to do is I'd like to go ahead and get another load of grass in the silage little bunker there so that we can cover that up and start making silage. That'll be good. Next episode we might be buying some more cows and have an upgraded harvester. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been Overquake playing Farming Simulator 2013. I want to make sure everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching.